Why can a single breath both warm things up and cool them down?
It was a cold morning. The students had just rushed back into the science classroom from the yard, trying their best to warm up. Oliver was cupping his frozen hands in front of his mouth, blowing on them with a soft Suddenly, he stopped and looked at the teacher with a puzzled expression.
Miss Parker, I just noticed something really strange. When my hands are freezing, I blow on them like this, to warm them up.
But yesterday, when my soup was too hot, I pursed my lips and blew on it, to cool it down. How is that possible?
Isn't it the same air coming from my lungs? How does my mouth know whether to blow hot or cold?
Miss Parker laughed with excitement.
Wow, Oliver, that is one of the best questions I've heard all year. A perfect paradox. Can anyone solve this physical mystery? Why can a single breath both warm things up and cool them down?
Maybe the body just knows what we need.
The students started laughing and guessing.
Because we blow faster on the soup, so the wind gets colder, like a fan.
Oh wow, I get it now. Yeah, that makes so much sense.
In the middle of the chatter, Sarah, a girl who was always seen reading thick encyclopedias, raised her hand and waited with her usual calm.
Miss Parker,
Sarah looked at Oliver and explained,
our mouth isn't an air conditioner that changes its internal temperature. The air inside our lungs is always about 37 degrees Celsius. The difference is in the shape of our mouth and the velocity of the air. When your hands are cold, you open your mouth wide and exhale slowly. The 37-degree air from your lungs travels directly to your hands, which might be at 10 degrees. Since the breath is much warmer, it heats your hands up.
She took a deep breath and continued.
But when your soup is hot, you purse your lips and blow quickly. Two scientific things happen here. First, the fast-moving air causes evaporative cooling on the surface of the soup, carrying heat away. Second, when air rushes out of your narrowed lips at high speed, it pulls the surrounding cool room air along with it. So the air that actually hits the soup isn't 37 degrees anymore.
No.
It's a mixture of your breath and the cold air from the room.
The classroom fell into a deep silence for a few seconds. Some students began blowing on their hands and then trying the method to test Sarah's theory. Ms. Parker's eyes sparkled.
Brilliant, Sarah. You just explained a mix of thermodynamics and fluid mechanics in the simplest way possible.
I guess my lips are better at physics than I thought.